Hi, coming up we have Carmen sitting for me doing some repairs on her eyebrows, and you have to bear with me because for some of it, quite important bits, I've got my hand over the work that you need to see, but you're going to get all the information anyway, so please bear with me. Okay, hi Carmen.
Hi.
This is my beautiful friend Carmen. She has very kindly offered to sit for our first brow session, which is pretty much a repair session. So Carmen, what happened? You plucked way too much in the 90s, you were saying.
I'm an overplucker.
I did the same bloody thing, and so now, which is really great, you've been growing them back. Just go a little bit closer so people can see. Brilliant. You're getting these tiny little hairs back.
Tiny.
But we've still got, basically, these ones are not going to come back, unfortunately. So they're slightly wide set. And just under here, where it's quite empty, they're not going to come back as well.
You're breaking my heart already, V.
It's not the end of the world. Don't worry.
Right.
Have a little sip and let's go.
Okay.
So first of all, what we need to do really is choose the right colour and the right product, because we're pretty much going to have to cover and colour the skin. So we need something that's going to grip onto the skin and also be the right colour. Bobbi Brown do this amazing, beautiful little, perfectly defined long wear brow pencil, but it's like a crayon and it rolls up and has this amazing angle on it. Can you see that, Carmen?
I can.
Does it look sexy?
It looks an amazing,
it's
sexy
really
angle.
Sexy. Yeah.
Trust me.
Good angle, but also, can you see how grey the colour is?
Yeah.
It's really important. Eyebrows are basically usually a grey version of brown. They're rarely warm. Unless your hair is very golden, very yellow, very red, your eyebrows are going to be very cool, and yours are. And it's the coolness that makes them look dark. So I'm just going to do a little bit of a test with this on your skin and see if we're going to get enough coverage on there. So what we're wanting to do is we're wanting to fill everything that's missing. Okay. So pretty soon I can see it's nice, but it's a tiny bit light for you. So I'm going to put that down. And I'm going to go a route that I go a lot, which is actually MAC Blacktrack mixed with MAC Dipdown. These are actually eyeliners. The reason why I love to use eyeliners is they don't move. They're almost like waterproof. You can do tiny strokes like hair with them, and you can just forget about it.
Pretty dark.
So it looks really dark, right? Yeah, you can see. So I've mixed the two together. One's dark brown, medium brown, and one's black. And what you want to do is mix them together and then really thin it out. Can you see? Yeah. See that tiny little line? This is my favourite lip brush. Tiny, square, and very flat. It's really good. So you can get these tiny little hairs, well, hair-like finish. Yeah, see, that's going to be a much better colour. So essentially it's darker and finer. And then what you want to do is just tiny little strokes everywhere that you know is missing. So mainly it's here. So already we can start to see we're filling up there. Can you see, Carmen?
Yep.
Already, right?
Yeah.
And already, funnily enough, you start losing this sort of hardness and you start getting a look that seems soft and natural. And what happens is you start not noticing the brow. So all we've done is a few tiny little lines through there, and underneath is still the Bobbi Brown. So that's like a little bit of shadow, which is always a great option to use two different versions. Okay. Or two different products, if you like. So I'm still trying to little guys. So usually this point here needs filling, and this point in here. It's great when you start bringing the eyebrows back together a little bit, how much it softens and makes the face look natural again. And how much you stop staring at the weird eyebrows on someone. Okay. And now what's really great is because you've grown back so much, Carmen, all this part you've grown back is almost perfect. You can almost leave it.
Yeah.
Whereas all we're doing is filling here and adding here. So loosely what we're doing is, it was a bit more that situation. So it's a kind of a little bit of a sperm situation.
Oh God, I had a sperm situation.
Just,
I never
just
even
a
knew
hint.
it.
And also, see there, very hard beginning. All we did was like start filling in there and add here. What was great about yours is you already had all of this grown back through there, and we only needed to put a small amount through here and soft there. So already it's like it's almost done. And the beauty of this particular product, this MAC eyeliner, it's a gel eyeliner and loads of people do it, is, God, you can swim in it. So now turn your face and let everybody see the difference between this guy, hello, and this guy. But still, see, it's still a tiny bit hard in the center. Plus I've got almost a little mark of weight there. So we're going to soften that. So the beginning of your, oh sorry hun, the beginning of your brow should be really soft into the maximum amount of your hair here. So you kind of end up that shape. And just set back a tiny bit, honey. The key elements of this shape, can you see, is that the bottom line and the top line, they never jump up. They stay perfectly
Graduated.
flat. Yeah, and they just go up a tiny bit, and the arch is at the end of the eye. Contrary to what most people think or believe or even be told, they arch really early and right in the middle. So you get this kind of tortured, ill look. It's
Surprised.
Yeah. Surprised, but also you have
Alarmed.
a face that does this. So this kind of thing. It's like a loose way of showing.
It's a really sexy look.
Yeah. But it's amazing, isn't it, when you look at the two sides, how natural one side looks and how... So you don't even really look at... On this side, you just look beautiful. You don't look at the eyebrow. On the side, it's all you can see.
Yeah,
it
yeah,
makes
yeah.
your eye look puffy, slightly tortured. It makes the face look fatter because it's very thin here at the beginning. And it's too wide. So it gives you this kind of weird drop down there. But don't worry, it's easy fixed.
Yay! My saviour.
So I'm going to do this other one for you. You just get to look completely sexy.
Wow, thanks.
Yeah, and then then you're going to do it. We won't do it online, but you're going to do it. So you
Okay.
feel like, I can do this at home.
Okay.
I've got the product. I can nail it. And the great thing about that is while you're growing everything, you've sort of blended it all in, because now it doesn't look like it's over hairy or anything. It just looks beautiful, soft. Your face looks lifted. I mean, that's the other thing. When you arch in the correct place, which is the end of the eye, rather than the middle, you draw the face out and up, as opposed to down and in. Kind of makes sense? Mm-hmm. Kind of can see?
It does.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
So, I mean, it's one of the reasons why, for me, eyebrows are such a big issue and such an amazing subject, because every single face needs perfect brows, and then when you have them, nobody notices. Everything just looks great. Mm-hmm. But as soon as they're wrong, they're wrong. And the best way to know do I have fucked eyebrows? Is literally put your hands across your face, look in the mirror. If you look better without them,
It's the eyebrow test.
They're wrong. Okay, so
Although,
hopefully
I think I've got fucked eyebrows in.
this has really
Pretty much
helped.
beyond.
I'm gonna whip through this side, so stick with us if you want, but at the end of this tutorial I'm gonna have a few photographs of seriously disgusting brows that I've picked up on the internet and I've retouched in Photoshop sitting side by side. So hold tight, we're just gonna do this and, you know, watch if you want. So I'll go over it again for you, babes. Actually, that's not my favorite brush. That's my favorite brush. So tiny bit of that, tiny bit of this, and all we're gonna fill is that bit that's missing and this bit. And unfortunately you're slightly thinner on this side, which probably means you're right-handed, you've overplucked this side, and it's not gonna grow back as much as that one, because this is just a normal situation. And also, just so you know, every time I fill a brow, I fill these same places. Here and here. And sometimes even, you know, all the way. So it's going to be a massive theme with these, because even, you know, even if we were, say, going to make these super trendy, really thick, really hairy brows, we'd still be filling exactly the same place and then just making the rest of it wider. So all I'm doing is starting to fill that area with tiny strokes and a really amazing permanent product. Not permanent, but very strong. So just tiny little strokes straight up, babe, like that. And in this case, it's super hard on this side because you have to literally imagine where your bottom should be. So you've got, lucky we've got this side to sort of get a measurement from. You can still see that I've got quite a bit to add, width-wise and just density-wise. Okay. And it's ever so slightly light. I'll just use a tiny bit more of the black. Just make it that way a bit, darling. Yeah. Carmen, what have you been doing today? Carmen's a writer. She's a writer with Women's Day.
Today we've just been having our Christmas photo shoot, so that's been that's taken a lot more time than I thought it would actually. I've just had my brows
on and off and on and off.
Yeah, exactly. I'm confused now. I'm browless one moment and super brow the next. But yeah. That's pretty much been most of my day.
Weird for you. You've been this side of the camera twice.
Oh goodness, it's totally weird. I'm kind of credit to anyone that can do it, because
generally
we're not feeling.
We're both the other side of the camera.
We are.
No Carmen from work, so you can see it's too heavy at the beginning. Look how beautiful and soft this one is. So we've got to soften to balance, but we're getting closer to the width that we need. Sorry, hun, that doesn't look like a brand new one, no. This is better. So we just got to soften until we can. And the hardest thing is this situation, and that you're trying to make it look like hair, and nothing ever will replace hair. So, sorry, I'll just try and get the position. So it's kind of impossible, but the tiny little strokes and sometimes adding a softer powder underneath first really helps. It really helps just allow you to build up the eyebrow without it being too obvious how. We're getting there though. It's super important not to put any product where her hair is, because we don't need it. It's coming. Oh, babes. Wow, you look so beautiful on camera too.
Thank you.
You're normally so sort of average
flatterer.
looking, but on camera.
Actually, no word of a lie.
And yeah, it's amazing, isn't it, that we are now obviously drawing our arch out to where it should be, out here. So not only does the eye get softer looking and natural, it starts lifting a lot more through there as well. Amazing. People can never believe when you actually start putting colour and hairs and things below their eyebrow that their eye ends up looking lifter and more lifted and bigger. They always sort of think
I can definitely see
that they have to, They always think they have to keep taking away from underneath.
That was my big mistake. In the
A lot of
90s.
people were told to do that, you know? Seriously. And so that's nice, but what I would do is soften it with a tiny bit of a powder. Or just a blend like this. Yeah. But wow, what a difference, babe. Beautiful. What a difference. You look like a 40s movie star. Hold it there and not too close. Oh, Carmen, thank you so much.
Oh, that's an absolute pleasure, babe. Thank you. Thanks for saving
everyone
my brows.
got something out of it. And we'll be back for another round of, well, one of the ones that's coming up really soon is very, very white brows. Putting some colour into them and how to go about it. Thank you.